Chapter 85. The Rebellion of Two Marquises. Ouyang-chun fought desperately until, helmetless and armor Tom, he couldn't resist any longer, and he had to fight his way out of the circle and race back to the pass. Jiang Ziya was displeased that Thunderbolt had been taken captive. Ouyang-chun ordered Bianji to return home to rest, and he sent Thunderbolt to jail. He then wrote to Zhaoge for reinforcements. It was the beginning of summer, with lotus growing in the ponds, wheat dancing in the fields, orioles singing in the willow trees, and swallows flying under the eaves. The messenger reached Zhaoge several days later and delivered the report to the secretariat. Wei Ziqi, a supreme minister, immediately went to see King Zhou, who was drinking with Daji and the other concubines on the happy terrace. After the greetings, King Zhou asked, "What do you have to say, uncle? Jiang Ziya has taken 4 of our 5 passes. He's now at Lingtong Pass, and several of our generals have been killed. The commander at Lingtong Pass has sent a report for reinforcements. We beg you to pay close attention to this critical situation and deal with this danger at once." Wei Ziqi reported emotionally. Greatly alarmed, King Zhou read the report, and then ordered a conference in the Golden Royal Court. With drums beating and gongs clashing, he rode in his Dragon Phoenix coach to court, stirring up the ministers who had not been called to a conference for more than a year. King Zhou announced before them, "Jiang Ziya's at Lingtong Pass. If we don't punish him, what good is the law? Have you any ideas to repulse his army, dear ministers?" Li Tong, a supreme minister, knelt down and said, "It's a little late to consider it at this conference. It's not that there aren't talented persons who can deal with this grave situation. It's just that they don't show much concern for you, as you pay no attention to them. At this moment, we have Jiang Wenhuan in the east, Ashan in the south, Chonghehu in the north, and Jifa as near as Lingtong Pass. It's like a single pillar trying to support a big building. I beg your majesty to rectify your behavior so that you can save yourself and your dynasty. If you think what I say is true, I'll recommend 2 talented ministers to repulse the Zhou army." "Whom would you recommend, dear minister?" King Zhou asked. "Among all the ministers, I believe Deng Kun and Ri Ji to be the most loyal. Our territory would be well defended if you appoint them as commanders to reinforce the front." Li Tong replied. The recommendation was approved by King Zhou, and the 2 generals were ordered to appear at court to see the king at once. They arrived in no time, and after receiving their orders, kowtowed and said, "We thank your majesty for our appointment to such a glorious post. We will do our best to return your grace." King Zhou entertained them, and they left Zhaoge the next day. Arriving with more food supplies, Earth Traveler Sun saw the demon-subduing club and Thunderbolt's gold cudgel under the pennant. He wondered how they could leave their weapons in such a place, but decided to go and see Jiang first to find out what happened. When he heard the story about Bianji, Earth Traveler Sun said, "Let me go and see what it is." "Oh, no. The pennant is really terrible." Nijia warned him. Not heeding their advice, Earth Traveler Sun left the camp at dusk and headed straight for the pennant. Passing underneath, he immediately lost consciousness. The guards on the pass wall saw the dwarf and reported the matter to Ouyang-chun. He ordered his men to bring him in, but they too fainted when they approached the pennant. Ouyang-chun then sent for Bianji, who was still resting at home. Bianji's men carried the dwarf in and pulled their guards safely out of the way. They immediately came to. Ouyang-chun questioned Earth Traveler Sun. "Who are you, dwarf? When I saw that gold cudgel, I wanted to take it to play with at home. I don't know why I fell asleep there." Earth Traveler Sun replied humorously, "You fool! Dare you play a joke on me?" Bianji cried angrily and ordered, "Take him out and cut his head off." Pushed outside, Earth Traveler Sun immediately twisted his body into the ground and disappeared. The guards rushed back in and told the commander what happened. Ouyang turned to Bianji. "That must have been Earth Traveler Sun. We've got to keep an eye out for him. Earth traveler Sung returned to the camp and reported to Jiang Ziya. That pennant is really terrible. I would have lost my life if I didn't know how to travel underground. The next day Bianji challenged the Zhou army. He was met by Nejia. The two fought lance against halberd violently without uttering a word. Fearing that Nejia would strike again with the universal ring, Bianji ran quickly under the pennant. But Nejia did not chase after him, though he knew that for him there was no danger. He lagged behind with a thoughtful expression. Bianji was relating the outcome of their battle when it was reported that two marquises had arrived. They went out to welcome them. After the exchange of greetings, Deng Kui said, "As soon as your report reached Zhaoge, we were appointed to come here. Lingtong Pass is crucial for the protection of Zhaoge. We cannot lose it. What's the situation now? In the first battle, we lost Bian Jinlong, but luckily Bianji, his son, has taken Nangong Kuo, Huang Feihu, Huang Ming, and Thunderbolt with his white bone pennant." Ouyang Chun reported. "Is that Huang Feihu who rebelled against the government and fought his way out of the 5 passes?" Deng Kui asked. "Yes, that's him." Ouyang Chun replied. "You really have achieved great merit." Deng Kun said with a cold smile. Deng Kun said nothing about his relationship with Huang Feihu. The two were brothers-in-law, but no one else knew of this close tie. That night Deng Kun sat alone in his room thinking, "How can I rescue Huang Feihu? All the nobles in the country have already recognized Zhou. It would be best for me to join them as well, but I don't know what Rui Ji thinks about this state of affairs. I'll see what I can do tomorrow on the battlefield." The next day, Rui Ji and Deng Kun led the entire army out of the pass. They saw the white bone pennant directly before them, but Bianji warned them to march in a wide circle around. They approached the Zhou camp and demanded to see both Jiang Ziya and King Wu. In no time at all, they appeared at the head of the Zhou army. King Wu rode a jaunty horse under a red silk parasol. He was attended by ministers on both sides and looked like an emperor sent directly from heaven. The two marquises yelled loudly from their horses. "Are you King Wu and Jiang Ziya?" "Yes, we are, and who are you?" Jiang Ziya asked. "We are Deng Kun and Rui Ji." Jiang Ziya, "You have committed unpardonable crimes. You must remember that the land in this country belongs to the king. How can you behave like this?" Deng Kun criticized him severely. The deceased duke was so virtuous that he complained not once in his 7 years of confinement. He always behaved as a very loyal subject. It's a pity that Jiang Ziya tricked you so soon after your father's death. Listen to me, withdraw your troops, return all the passes and territories you have occupied, and surrender all the rebels and traitors for trial. You may then be pardoned. Otherwise, His Majesty will lead his great army against you and destroy all without mercy." Rui Ji said, pointing at King Wu. Jiang Ziya smiled. "You two marquises speak in ordinary terms, ignoring conditions and dialectics. An ancient proverb says, 'The will of heaven is subject to change, but will always favor the most virtuous.' You two are like servants who don't know your master. You should forsake the darkness and throw yourselves into the light as soon as possible. You still have time to make up your minds." Angry at his words, Deng Kun ordered Bianji, "Take that wild old man captive for me at once." Bianji rushed in to attack with his halberd, and Zhao Sheng ran to meet the blow with his double cutlasses. When Rui Ji moved to join in, Sun Yanhong parried with his axe. Finally, Wu Ji and Nejia joined the fight. When Nejia transformed himself into his second shape, Deng Kun grew frightened and ordered his army to withdraw. Returning to his chamber after their feast, that night Deng sat thinking again. Now, the will of heaven and the people's hearts are completely with West Qi. King Zhou is lewd and cruel. He won't last long. King Wu looks as wonderful as a dragon or a phoenix, as bright as the sun or full moon. He must be destined as the new ruler of the nation. Jiang Ziya is a great strategist with heroic generals, wonderful disciples, and brave soldiers. We won't be able to hold this pass for long. I want to join them, but Rui Ji may oppose this idea. What will I do then? Deng Kun pondered on until midnight. After seeing King Wu on the front, Rui Ji began to entertain thoughts similar to his fellow Marquis. But unaware of Deng Kun's thinking, he determined to wait and find out what he could do through their talks. The two Marquises did not realize that their intentions were the same until the military conference the next day. After the greetings were over, Deng said, "We only have a few generals and a small number of soldiers in this pass, but Jiang Ziya, as we have seen, has an enormous army of brave generals and disciples. It will be difficult for us to hold out much longer. What shall we do? Heroes and other brave warriors will certainly come to support us. We shouldn't worry about the numbers," Bianji said unreservedly. "Though you are right theoretically, what specific plan do you have, General?" Deng Kun continued. "We still have the pennant blocking the Zhou army. I don't think Jiang Ziya can leap over this pass." Bianji would not give in. Listening to their debate, Rui Ji could sense Deng Kun's true purpose. That night Deng Kun returned to his room and sent one of his own men to invite Rui Ji over for a drink. Jiang Ziya sat thinking alone that night.